Hey, good day, guys. I hope niliphela kahle lapho nikhona. Yeah. I'm just checking up on you guys. Yes. So, by the way, I didn't mention the purpose of this podcast during the first 2 episodes that I've already pasted on this channel. But yeah, maybe I'll just tell you, maybe I'll just show what's the purpose of this podcast as time goes on. By the way, I've seen that people maybe are scared of conversations, maybe are scared of clearing out contradictions. I don't know. So I guess this podcast is going to play that purpose in our society, in essence. So I've realized that. So I guess we need to have such talks, dialogues about Sankofa, man. Yeah, I think Sankofa, it is needed right now. Okay, let us go back. Let us reflect. Like what happened before colonization, during colonization, even perhaps during apartheid and after 1994. For us to be here, what happened in the olden days? So now, this podcast is going to play that role. So in the next few weeks, we're going to explore such conversations. Then after March, we're gonna invite people. This podcast is gonna be broader. We're gonna invite people and have conversations. And I've realized that there are many issues, guys, that we are currently facing, and the world is taking a different shape now, I guess. Hence, there's a need for some of us to at least be involved. I guess my thinking capacity, my ideas will change the society, perhaps 2% of the society, man. I think some of us were here for good things. And let's have those conversations, man. Right now, we should not be scared of having conversations, because conversations will help us to clear contradictions. Conversations will help us to have a proper way forward about the future of our people in Africa. We are Africans, and we should our ideas should be filled with how can we fix Africa without separations, obviously. So as a people, you guys should expect us having conversations with people who are in the political space, people who are in the religious space, people who are in the spiritual space. So people who are in economics and whatsoever. So I guess those 3 or more people will help us to find a way forward about Africa and Azania in essence. So man, we need to bring those people together with us. So I guess as the population, we need to come together and have conversations, man. Like the current era we are in, we're in an era of conversations, basically information. What happened, what is to happen. So as a people, you guys should expect us having conversations with people who are in the political space, people who are in the religious space, people who are in the spiritual space. So people who are in economics and whatsoever. So I guess those 3 or more people will help us to find a way forward about Africa and Azania in essence. So man, we need to bring those people together with us. So I guess as the population, we need to come together and have conversations, man. Like the current era we are in, we're in an era of conversations, basically information. What happened, what is to happen. So guys, we will bring in different people from different categories because there's a lot of confusion outside here in the space of spirituality. We need to unpack why there are a lot of people who are trusting. We'll bring people who are spiritual. We'll bring the imbonis, of authentic imbonis Zaza Africa to our podcast to actually give out clarity to our people outside the world who are Africans. And we're gonna bring in political people in the politics sector. How can we measure, or how can we bring about unity amongst our people through the basic unit of life that our people live in? It can be in the aspect of spirituality or politics. How can you match politics, spirituality, and everything to bring about peace, unity, in essence? My podcast is all about conversations and having conversations, discourse about debates and whatsoever. Because without conversations, there will never be peace. Without conversations, there will never be peace and love around people. There will never be understanding between two parties. Just like white people, they came in Africa, did not have a conversation with us about how can we live with you guys, but they just took over, did not understand us. And for them to understand us, they had to have a proper dialogue or conversation about how can we live with you guys. We need a land. We need to live in harmony with you. How can we live together as one nation? But they chose to colonize us without understanding our culture, without understanding the way we live. We are very peaceful people. We could have just absorbed them without any fight, but they choose fight over peace. This podcast is all about understanding, the concept of understanding, the concept of awareness. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this one. That's our purpose. The purpose is for me to make our people to understand that his or their surroundings, what's happening around. Awareness. We wanna bring out awareness. Yeah, guys, this is what is happening. So I hope that you're gonna enjoy. Now I'm already enjoying the podcast. Let's support each other as black people. Let's love one another, because love and peace, those two concepts, they're gonna bring us. We're gonna be in harmony with one another. And let's not forget to love ourselves as black people. No matter what, love yourself. No matter how you look, love yourself, respect yourself. This week we're gonna have a podcast, two podcast videos. So the first one, you're gonna talk about, you're gonna analyze the book of ISIS papers. We're gonna continue with part 2 of ISIS papers. Then during the week, you're gonna go through part 1 of the book of Imboni Vusamazulu Credo Motwa, the Indaba Machel. You're gonna go through that book with all of you guys, and we're gonna have conversations, proper conversations that are general. So now I'm gonna enjoy. I'm already enjoying the podcast. So any suggestions, and we are still gonna buy material, proper material for podcasting in an outside area. We're gonna invite people in Bonis. We're gonna invite people in the political space. So I'm gonna enjoy, the process. It's a process. So I'm gonna indulge deeper into this context of black consciousness and Pan-Africanism. How can you match the two into the spirituality aspect? Because spirituality is everything. There's this analogy that was made by Joshua Maponga too. So he had a stick and said that as Africans, we start from spirituality before using your mind. You ought to be spiritual first. So I'll perhaps post that video maybe on the later stage. So he explained it very properly. So I'm gonna just post that video maybe in the next session. So he's explaining it properly, guys. So in essence, let me just put that video right now, then I'll just read something for you.
Ultimately, we hope that you're going to become spiritual. But as Africans, we don't think like that. Become spiritual first. So that you are connected and you're grounded. And from your spirituality, download the wisdom. After downloading the wisdom, convert that wisdom into power. And all those that come in contact with you are coming in contact with knowledge. So I call this a thinking tool. So next time you see Blondie sitting in the garden and he's holding this stick, processing a number of thoughts. So even when you're creating music, the question, are you creating music? At what level are you creating that music? And where do you want to impact it? So
guys, so as Africans become spiritual first. Before anything we become spiritual. Europeans, they think otherwise. I mean that analogy, you said that the Europeans think upside down. Hence today we are suffering because of what we think like Europeans, not as Africans. Guys. So in closing, so in the political aspect, we talk of before you take the land, you ought to conscientize the people. That's consciousness. That's Pan-Africanism. The idea of awareness, the idea of making people to understand what is that thing that is happening that makes it not possible for people to prosper or to get out of poverty. That's where black consciousness and Pan-Africanism comes in here in Africa. And those two, when they merge together, they come back to spirituality. Meaning spirituality is the nature or essence of everything that Steve Biko was talking about, that Robert Biko was talking about. It's just that it is in a political aspect. We have the spiritual aspect of everything. We're in an era of African revival, wherein our black people, they go back to their roots. They try to understand who they are. The concept of understanding is very important. So we are in this spiritual aspect. It is the African revival, wherein black people, they go back to their roots. They find themselves who they are, besides what religion is telling them. So we are trying to find ourselves spiritually to who we are. And black consciousness plus Pan-Africanism equals to spirituality. Two things but one. Which means they stand for one thing but they are separated. I don't know why they are separated. So those Pan-Africanism and consciousness, black consciousness, in the political aspect is one thing when it comes to the spiritual aspect, because they talk of one thing. So guys, again, another thing, I believe that we are in an era of in the political aspect, we're in an era of consciousness, we're in an era of Pan-Africanism. So that era, it talks about unity of Africans. It talks about love between black people. It talks about awareness of white supremacy. It talks about awareness of colonization and whatsoever. Which means we're in an era of awareness, we're in an era of information, we're in an era of helping other people to understand what is happening. Meaning we're in an era of understanding. That's the purpose of my podcast. We're in an era of understanding. And through understanding, there's black consciousness, there's Pan-Africanism in the political aspect. Just like other podcasts too. So just acquiring some equipment in the meantime, guys. So hence I've realized some people are scared of conversations, man. So we need to have those conversations, just like our old people or our grandparents did in the olden days, around the fire at night. Then they will tell us stories. So I need that kind of vibration or environment to be brought back into the space of podcasting. So you are advancing into the podcasting space, but you are practicing what has already been practiced during those days of our grandparents. So the information is there, but we need that information needs some of us to give to our people who cannot access it on internet. Man. a quote by Sekwatone. He says that to take part in the African Revolution, it is not enough to write the revolutionary song. You must fashion the revolution with the people. And if fashion it with the people, the songs will come by themselves and of themselves. In order to achieve re-election, you must yourself be in a living part of Africa and a thought. You must be an element of that energy which entirely called forth for the progress of Africa. Yes, guys. So in order for the revolution to come, you have to be part of the idea. You have to be part of Africa. You have to be part of the revolution. So revolution comes in through ideas. Revolution comes in through understanding of oneself, through understanding of the nation, through understanding of everyone around you. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this podcast. Until next time, thank you guys.